We're glad you're joining us today to talk about our stitching and other stuff, and we're together.
It's been a long time since we've been able to record together.
I know. I was trying to think when the last one was.
I don't even know.
We've been together some, but it's always like a packed.
And I don't even think we managed to do it over Christmas, did we? When you were at my house, I feel like we just didn't do it.
I think maybe not.
If we did, that would have been the last time.
Yeah, I'd have to flip back through all of the thumbnails probably of our videos.
Because normally I'm not in Yakima. Normally I'm in Seattle area.
Mm-hmm. And I'm in Central Washington, so a couple hours away, but visiting this week. What? Oh, and Millie is right over there. She's my daughter, and she'll come over and share soon. And I have a couple other daughters who I don't think have anything to share today. So we just have a little crew.
One sharer today.
So we've talked about this tradition before, I think, in the past, but every summer we watch Mamma Mia. We have watched Mamma Mia for years together. Yeah. I mean, I can't even remember when we started. I don't know how that even happened.
I remember watching it. Remember watching it in the hotel when we got to go to the hotel together.
We had like a one weekend that we met kind of part way through, probably closer to me.
We were going to do that again, and we never got a chance.
No,
I think COVID
someday
happened,
we will.
I think.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we watched it in the hotel room.
On her computer on the bed.
Oh, that's right, on the computer. So tonight we're watching it on the TV.
And I had
Lydia is 13. Oh my gosh, that's right. I forgot about that. And we got something that was like magic. What was it that you took and you were like?
Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, it was Pepto.
Sarah went out and got Pepto, and man,
whatever it was, it stopped your stomach being sick.
It did. I was fine the next day. We went out and ate.
You know, I was so worried that you were gonna, like, if you had a stomach bug, then it was gonna like be the whole weekend was gonna be shot. But she was better, and we
watched our show. And so this year,
so Liddy's 13. She's my oldest, and she gets to join us. And Millie is sad that she doesn't get to this year, but she's not 13 yet, so that's just the rule. I decided that is when they're teenagers, really, so they can watch it.
Little teenager's almost 14.
I know, she's 13 and a half because she was technically 13, but last year, but I don't think we watched it last year. I think we missed a year.
We missed it.
Okay. One of my kids is making a barking noise. Not a dog. I have those too. Anyway, so we're excited to do that tonight.
So I got to come over so I could do it.
I know. I said, we're going to do that. Do you want to come? Really is. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I went to bed way too late last night because we stayed up talking and cross-stitching. And then I woke up this morning to my husband coming in. We live on a couple of acres and we have a couple of cows. And he said, the cows are out. They get out of our pasture because he didn't have a spot that was, there was a spot that wasn't an electric fence. And I was like, I kind of freaked out at him. I was like, oh no, because the last few times they've gone out, he's at work. And so the girls and I are out running around, rounding up we have 2 cows.
I wish you'd woken me up. I would like to watch this.
One of them is a butthead too. He's a boy cow, and he's a steer, so that means he's castrated. But we didn't castrate him quite early enough, so he's a little bit more rambunctious and less docile than he would be if we had done it right away. Yeah, because this mama is our other cow. The mama is like a very protective mom, and we had a hard time like getting to him.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's what I woke up to with 5 hours of sleep, running around
one of my best friends grew up on a dairy farm north of Seattle, and she's the first person I ever knew who grew up on a farm. I mean, and they were a farm family, right? Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget just being fascinated when she told me how, and it was her. She had 2, no, how many brothers did she have? 3 brothers and 2 sisters. Yeah. So there were 6 of them all together. So there were 3 girls and 3 boys. And I remember her telling me how they would get woken up by their dad in the middle of the night, and they had to just, in their nightgowns, put on their rubber boots and go out because their dairy cows would get out. They'd cross the highway sometimes because they lived on a highway that leads to Canada. They were almost up into Canada, their property. Anyway, I just remember thinking, that sounds like a horrible, horrible thing as a kid to be woken up in the middle of the night and it's cold and probably in the winter and it's wet and you're in your rubber boots and your nightgown chasing after cows.
I don't know how they knew the cows were out in the middle of the night. Like, our cows usually decide to get out, I think, early in the morning. Like, it's light, but nobody's stirring. Sometimes they're trying to get out because there's another herd of cows nearby and they're trying to go be with the herd, I think. So Jesse this morning, he was like, I got it. And I was like, you can ask the girls to go with you, but I'm not coming. And then I thought about it for a second. I'm like, there, based on the last couple times we've done it, there's no way he would be able to get that cow in by himself. So,
Yeah.
and sure enough, the cows were like a mile down by the time he got them turned, and the girls were very, very helpful.
Did he drive down there?
No, but I drove down there. I drove part of the way, and then yeah. So, anyways,
you guys need horses so you can ride your horses.
We need maybe an ATV.
That sounds like
that's what more people do,
and cheaper.
Much more maintenance,
less maintenance, and cheaper than keeping a horse.
That's what I really want is an ATV. Yes, there's chicken in the microwave. It's for dinner. Don't talk to me right now. I'm sorry. Millie decided as we were starting to record, she wanted to make cookies, and I said, "Fine, but leave the kitchen clean before I get in there to make dinner." And I'm recording, so stop asking me questions. Anyways,
it won't stop.
She's gonna ask questions the rest of the time
because
I had chicken thawing in the microwave and it just beeped. So I was just gonna like leave it in there to thaw a little bit more before I start cooking it. So yeah. Anyway, it's a little bit of a zoo here, but not too bad yet. Not too bad yet. It's just been a busy day. So anyway,
Sarah has 3 daughters that will wander in and out of our videos, and I have an 86-year-old dad in my house. So
I don't think he's ever made an appearance.
Probably not, but I can hear him coming down the hall. I think Dad grabs him, and
he does. Oh, that's funny.
But my husband also
wanders in and out.
I didn't
fairly often.
He came over and made a big face last week.
Yeah, he did.
I didn't look that far.
That was my dad.
Edit that out?
No, I didn't do any editing last week. It's too time consuming to do that much editing unless it's kind of like a phone call happening.
It's a family event.
We're all involved. Oh, and the breaker just blew, and it's just running the microwave with the air conditioner. So,
oh, is that what happens?
Yeah, I was drying my hair with the air conditioner and it blew.
Oh, that's why mine didn't blow.
Oh, sorry.
No, the AC wasn't on.
It popped. Oh, in your bedroom?
No, I do it in the bathroom.
And it didn't work?
It did work.
Oh, it did work. Oh, but the AC wasn't running at the time.
It was running because it didn't run most of the morning.
Yeah, it's a little cooler here. We had temps up in the 106, 107 range earlier this week. That was miserable. That's
Ours
too hot.
in the 90 range. That was too hot. And that was too miserable.
90 is okay here. 80s are my favorite. I think today is in the 80s. So it's not too bad. We're in, like we said, we're in Washington. If you've never watched this before, we've been recording videos about our cross stitch for 3 years. Sometimes I tell people, like, oh yeah, I have this funny thing I do with my mom, and they're just like, oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. Yeah, that's so quirky. It's a quirky thing to do, but anyway, we love to, I don't know, love the little community that we get to be a part of.
Yeah.
Millie, do you want to share now? You want to share later when you're not making cookies? We can just skip you and put you in later. Do you have it ready?
Right here.
Okay, come on over.
Why don't you come over here between us?
You want to show your doll? You have your doll too? Okay.
Here. Why is your dog making that noise?
He can't breathe.
Our dog has problems drinking water.
Maybe he needs a smaller bowl.
I think he sniffs it up into his nose when he up into his nose. Okay. Well, first she wanted to show that we put together a matching outfit with doll.
There we go. Matching,
pigtails and all. This is Millie. You've never watched before.
The boots were matching, but they're off now. It's too hot for boots.
Too hot, but she did have black tall ankle or like knee boots. And we're also officially in rural fly season here. So if you see flies buzzing around our heads, it's not because we smell bad. It's because
there's 2 piles of manure across the street from her.
Yeah, the dairy that leases the land across from us decided last year that it would be really fun to dump their manure there.
It's so random.
Really awful. I know. Really horrible. Okay, so the flies
tarp over it.
I'm tempted to just go get some and start putting it in my garden. Okay, show what you got.
Okay.
Millie is an avid cross stitcher.
Yes,
she is. Mushroom.
Are you trying to get this ready for the fair?
I don't think
You don't think you can?
Well, I think she decided she's going to enter something else, but I think we could enter too, because you can enter up to like a certain number.
Then I want to.
I think you could.
Oh, you have a hoop. I don't see you always stitching with a hoop.
What to count with this?
Look at that. This is her first time on linen. Over 2.
I haven't done very much.
What do you think you worked on?
Not too much. The grass down below,
Oh,
maybe.
the grass
Green. It's mostly green now that's left.
So she's working until you got hold it up again. I'm gonna.
You have all that to do. Yeah, I do have quite a bit to do, plus the back stitch.
Mhm.
I mean, I know you stitch pretty diligently and fast. I think you could get it done if you really wanted to, but if it's going to stress you out, then that's okay. You could enter it next year.
Do your other thing.
Enter the other thing and enter that next year.
Yeah. You'll enjoy that.
We don't need to have stress about cross stitching. It's just a fun hobby.
And the other thing you had picked out is super cute too. So.
Yeah, and really well stitched.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was
Her boots,
French
she
knots
used
are
to
really
show
good.
it when she was working on that. Her little boots pattern. They were like
Mhm.
boots with flowers. You gave it to her.
Yeah, it was a little kid.
with the, and it also.
Yeah, but you haven't finished that one. You got kind of tired of working on that one, I think.
Yeah, she kind of had a slump right then.
I wanted to do something.
What? Do I think you can finish anything? I don't know. I don't know, Rosie. I would think it would be very stressful for you to try to finish something, but maybe your little kitty, if you worked really hard on it. Your kitty in the book, on the stack of books.
Oh,
You could probably finish that if you
it's
worked
a
hard.
pillows.
Oh, it's on a stack of pillows. It's a cute little freebie.
Well-
I think it might be a Doreen Jones or something like
Was that part of your little cross stitch?
Why can't I do
that.
my
No, I
first
gave it to her
stitch?
for Christmas.
Yeah.
My kitty.
Maybe we'll see. Anyways, our county fair is coming up, so they're trying to decide what they want to enter. I am also trying to decide what I want to enter. I haven't decided yet.
See, Sarah's Big Joyful World got entered accidentally in the kids arena last year, and so
That
she
was
got
fun.
a great ribbon for it. Because if you remember, it's a very big, beautiful piece.
I think there were 3 kids, and then they just assumed mine was a kid, and they put it in the wrong category.
So
and
I
was
think she
like,
should re-enter it as in the adult category this year because it's impressive. I think it should be seen twice.
Oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing. I don't know. I have a really pretty dimensions kit that I haven't. I don't know if I've ever even shown it. I should just frame that and put it in. I don't think it has to be something I've finished this year. No, I mean they would never know. Well, this one I've never shown in the fair, so I could.
Yeah, they're not
just
gonna
put it in.
know.
They wouldn't know.
What kid is that?
Be like stitched within.
It's like a garden scene in under a trellis, and I don't know. I'll have to pull it out and show it to
You've
you.
never shown that.
Maybe haven't. Or I could show the one with the little girls that are hanging in the living room. Anyways.
Yeah.
Well, we have a featured friend this week, and it's actually a featured family member. So my Aunt Nancy cross stitches as well, and she's in is she in St. Paul?
No, Egan, Minnesota.
Egan, Minnesota. In
Twin
Minnesota.
Cities, yeah.
And she sent us this a few weeks ago. I'm just working through them in order, and we love to show what other people are working on. We call it our featured friends segment. And hold please. I don't know. I hope you can find it. That's the KitchenAid.
Just finish up.
Just mix it really fast. Turn it on really high. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Now you're done.
Do you have a hand mixer?
No, I don't have
We need to get you a hand mixer.
I don't usually have this issue. Anyways, I'm gonna put the pictures of Aunt Nancy's finish right here. Aunt Nancy says that this is the day pattern, and she found that adorable frame at a rummage sale for $1.
Perfect.
Crazy.
I know, perfect for it.
She says, I knew it was meant for this piece. It's not fully finished, but I wanted to see what it would look like in the frame. I used all called for colors except the sun. I changed out the orangish for a more mellow yellow. Stitching this house was no joke and proved to me that counting can be hard. The fabric is he stitched me in coconut shell. So
Nancy,
that's really pretty.
I bow to you.
That house makes me think of my shores of Stockton Hello.
I have that pattern all kitted up. I bought it because it was a Nashville exclusive. I think. I don't know if it's exclusive anymore, but anyway, I loved it. I didn't buy very much from that year, but I bought that because I just loved it.
That's really pretty.
And that's the thing. I look at patterns all the time that I think, oh, I love that pattern. you know, just the whole, when you look at the pattern as a whole, and then I start looking at it thinking, oh, wait a minute,
I have to stitch that.
that border's never going to happen. And that house is never going to happen. I just saw one the other day. It was like 3 little houses. And I forget, I don't know if it was seasonal or what. I thought, oh, that's so cute. It's seasonal. And I thought, it's 3 houses.
I'm not gonna stitch
I'm
that.
going to stitch them.
Mhm.
But they are cute. But I do want to do this
That one
today.
is really
and I
pretty.
love that version. So
Yeah, that one's super
it's
pretty.
unique, different colors. Yeah. And I like your yellow, whatever you chose for your yellow sun.
Mhm.
I need to go back and look and see what the called fors were. Maybe I'll have to want to do yellow too. Yeah. Thank you, Nancy. I'm glad you're
Yeah.
stitching again. Nancy had a little bit of a slump.
But she's back.
She's back. I'm sorry, but my bangs are really bugging me.
Well, that's okay. If you are a stitcher and you have something either you finished or that you're working on, we'd love to share it with people. So you can email it to us. You email a photo at stitchandstuffxs@gmail.com. It's down in the description box as well. So if you didn't catch it. And I just do them in the order that we receive them. So I know that Aunt Nancy's I don't go through them quite as fast because we're only recording every other week right now.
And Heather Miller just finished an impressive piece. I don't know if she sent it to you, but I hope you send it to us, your World War II piece, Heather.
Yeah.
I remember you talking about that piece when you first started it, and it's very meaningful. It's a very gorgeous piece. So
Yeah.
if you're watching, Heather, you know what I'm talking about.
So send it to us.
Yeah.
I do have a few more that I just noticed came into the email box since I had last checked, but I can't remember who they are. So yours could be in there.
She
I
just
can't
did it
even
this
remember.
week, I think, or posted it.
But so
Anyway,
thanks for sending that, Aunt Nancy.
yeah,
She's my aunt, not
she's my sister-in-law.
but we always call her Aunt Nancy.
Is she technically my sister-in-law or dad's sister-in-law?
I think
She's
both.
married to my husband's brother,
I think that just makes her your
so
sister.
I think we're just sister-in-laws.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I would call
Yeah.
Morgan my sister.
yeah, I guess so.
I assume that's correct. Anyways, so what you been stitching? You want to go first?
I have been stitching. Let me think what my plans have been. My plans, well, I kind of done some ongoing, like I'm working on my Quakers every weekend, my spring, summer, winter, fall Quakers. And I'm working on my Advent SAL that I restarted 3 times. Hey.
Hey. If we have to pause our video for
Anyway, so I decided I was going to work on that piece 3 hours a weekend, but I also have made that my 25/7. So I'm working on it every day, and I'm really happy with it. And I'm really happy now with the fabric that I chose.
Good. Finally.
Yeah. So let me pull that out first, because I think it's really pretty. So bring some today.
No, like today, I thought it's gonna be kind of quiet. Rosie and Jesse were out in the pool. He was reading.
Okay, this is the Advent SAL, and it's not called Advent SAL. It's called Calendario del Advento 2020 by Crocetti Agaga.
Go.
So that's it.
Go.
And if you remember, if you've been around, you know I started it on this fabric, and then I didn't like it. And so I restarted it on a different fabric. And I finished the whole first day 1, and I didn't like it. So I started it over again recently on a blue, didn't like it, went back to my original, and I love it.
Oh yeah, I like it. I don't know why you thought you didn't like it on that.
I don't know. I'm not a really big fan of that first square of that Christmas pie. I think I just needed to get over that. But I
think the colors are prettier in person.
They are. The white white and red really pops in the evening when I'm working on it. I really love the way the white and the reds play on each other.
Nice.
So I'm off. I'm off down here somewhere. But I'm just counted. This was right, so I'm just kind of counting from there. I think it'll be fine. I know. You know, again, counting can be hard.
Counting can be hard. It's proof. It's cute.
So anyway,
what did I feel like Steph commented? Oh yeah, she said those would be really cute, all done individually and put in like little pillows in a bowl.
You just go right ahead and do that
Have fun.
stuff.
Who wants to finish that many pillows?
And you know, I am doing those shepherd's bush ornaments, although I'm way behind on that this year, but my year isn't going the way I thought it was going to go. So I'm just stitching for pleasure and what I want to stitch on. And I just,
that's
you know,
pretty.
I started in 2020 or 2021. I think 2021. I just really didn't work on it. I think that fabric just wasn't doing it. And I didn't realize that's why I didn't want to work on it. So now I really like working on it. And I most days do more than the 25 minutes. The 25/7 is kind of a little event that Melanie Watkins from the Soulful Stitcher kind of hosts on Facebook. I use it just to keep me working on certain projects. Some people, I think, do it for other reasons. You know, like, and I usually pick, in the past, I picked projects that I'm close to getting done, but just haven't worked on them to do them. So they were smaller, but this, although button up, well, it was small what I had left.
Yeah.
Anyway, but doing this Advent sale is kind of nice.
Pretty in person.
You know, so I'm working on, this is a Lenarte kit. It's called the 4 Seasons. And I don't have the picture with me. But I think I've done all of that and those blue flowers down there.
Wow.
And I started working on the border.
Yeah, I don't know that you.
I think I did a little bit on the border here. Yes, I did. I came down the border. I've worked on it quite a bit. I spun my wheel. I have an arbitrary August wheel that I kind of been spinning, but I think it came up a couple times. And rather than ignore it the second time, I worked on it twice or something like that. But what's crazy is this is a huge piece, you guys, because this whole corner here is just a portion of the square that will be, and then inside the season. So like this is just part of the border. So then there's summer, spring, summer, fall, winter squares down that way. They're full coverage inside there. Like you see the background.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they're like little vignettes, little animals and stuff. So it's going to be a process on this one too, folks.
It's pretty, yeah,
but
it's
it
a lot of
is.
fabric.
It's my first Lenarte, I think, kit. And I was really kind of overwhelmed when I first opened it up, but now it's making way more sense. And it's not that hard.
I think that was Millie's.
That is Millie's.
I might go home with it.
That would be bad. Sorry, Millie. Get it.
I don't know if I like this eyeshadow. I just got it. It's just more gray than I usually wear. Usually I kind of go for browns. I keep looking at myself like,
what's that person?
I don't know if I like it.
I just did spin. This is a Nora Corbett Thanksgiving Harvest Fairy. That was a total enablement by Carolyn Zook last, she and Gary, or Gary and Ronnie, or one of them started working on that. And these were limited edition kits at one point, a long time ago, like 2007. And now you can just get the patterns. And so I started her a while back, and then I didn't work on her for a while, and I've had her out a couple times recently. And so I'm working on her one wing. Here we go.
My comment was that it's a lot more pink than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
I said, "Are you working on spring?" And she said, "No, this is Thanksgiving." And I was surprised because I feel like
the
the
colors are a little more
I
muted.
mean, I think when you look up close, there is quite a bit of pink on that wing. I just didn't really realize
you know
that
what?
because it's paired with the brown.
That edge pink, that blushy pink
on the
is not-
very edging.
is that.
Oh, this.
So this was a lot more blush.
Yeah.
If you look.
So we're talking about the one in from the dark border. There's that pale pink, but it's a lot. Yeah, that's much more pink.
And it could just be the dye lot of the
Uh-huh.
gloss I'm using, but it's okay.
It's really pretty though.
It's very pretty. She's being stitched on Vintage Stormy Night, 28 count Lugana, which is just my sweet spot. Love Lugana. Then I had a new start. This was I call it Halloween Quaker, but it's just called Sampler Hampler. Sampler Halloween. That's it.
I think I got my dialect.
Sampler Hampler. So there it is. And my vision was to have this on orange fabric.
That is really stunning.
Sampler
She was
And I
trying to say
did.
Sampler Halloween.
So there we go. That's the
That's
first
really
motif.
stunning on there.
This fabric is called Bloody Mary, which I don't understand because it's not red. Yeah, that's the one I'm doing. And this is on 36 count linen, so it's tiny.
Sampler Hampler. That's the name of this piece from now on.
I worked on
Have
my
you gotten your
sampler.
sampler Hampler?
Sampler. And I'm just doing it on anchor black.
That's really pretty on that orange. I don't know why that would be called Bloody Mary either, because Bloody Mary, it doesn't look like tomato juice.
No, it doesn't to me.
Well, yeah, tomato, like Bloody Marys are drinks made with tomato
It looks
juice.
like burnt orange to me.
Yeah,
But I love it. It's tiny. It's on, like I said, it's 36 count. So I'm doing it very tiny.
it is really cute.
Love it. Very petite. Real petite.
Fun.
It's Adorable Bag by Black Cat Stitchery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we worked on, oh, this was a Ukrainian designer that I started last year. She is called Harvest Fairy, and I'm sorry, but I don't have a picture of her to show you. It's all just printed. But I probably do on my phone.
What's
I
the
could show-
designer again?
Oh, it's a
S.A. Stitch?
yeah,
S.A. Stitch?
nonstop stitch Etsy.
Nonstop.
But she has a lot of different designers. I might have it on my phone, but I might have gotten rid of it.
And she's called, the little girl is called Harvest Fairy?
No, Autumn Fairy
Oh, Autumn.
or Forest Fairy
Or
or
Forest Fairy nonstop Stitch.
yeah. No, she's called the Autumn
I
Fairy.
found a picture of her.
Okay,
Looking at Forest Fairy, still popped it up. So
okay.
let me see. I'm trying to load it so you can see what it'll look like when it's all done.
Okay. I'll let you show that first.
Come on. My internet's a little bit slow today for some reason. This is her, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
much prettier
her.
in person, I think.
Uh-huh.
The colors are so soft.
So that is where I'm at. And I just have a massive amount of black back stitching to do on this piece. But I've been working down in here, and I made some mistakes in here that I ripped out and restarted this week.
Glow be a little less intense, but still show the pretty base. There you go.
Yeah. So
She's
this is
really
going to be a
pretty.
piece that I'll do a before and after back stitching, because I think it's one of those pieces
Uh-huh.
that people, and I think the European designers, yeah, there's a lot of back stitching.
Yeah. Oh, here, there's maybe better. It's kind of a cute picture.
There you go. Yeah.
She's cute.
She is cute. I love the colors on her. Then my other piece I've been working quite a bit on was Seasons of the Trees by Rosewood Manor.
Lots of trees. Lots
I love trees. I don't know why I'm obsessed with stitching trees, but all of a sudden. So there I am. And I basically have been working over, this was page, I don't know, 2 and 6 or 1 and 6 or something like that. And now I'm working down this way. And, oh, you can like get closer. This tree has the back stitching. It's very dainty. I worked on that the other night and a little bit above too.
That's pretty.
So
Probably
that's
4 different greens. Huh?
at
Two,
least.
1, 2, 3, I guess. Those are probably 3 of the same. Yeah, I've stitched a lot of them.
Mhm.
This is 3 or 4 colors. This 4 colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have my stocking and my.
So anyway, and
6
this
months
is
of
being
trees.
done on. Let's be doing it 32 count. Yeah, because it's Lugana and it doesn't come in 36 count. So
Mhm.
yeah, so I did work on that a couple nights. And I really do talk about that in friends. I just have one more. And it is my summer Quaker, which gets a couple more weeks and then we'll go away.
Out will come fall.
Let me give you an idea of what I'm stitching. I'm stitching on
Aren't you?
this, sorry, this beast up here.
That really big one in the baskety base thing.
I haven't gotten to the basket yet. Okay, so
Oh yeah.
I've basically been working on here. You can see there's just a lot of leaves. I haven't even done all the branches. And so this gets about, it's supposed to get 2 hours a
Wow.
weekend.
I think that is so brave of you to do those leaves with attaching them to the branches first. I always do the branches
Do
first
you?
and then attach the leaves.
Oh,
Yes. Because otherwise, if I'm off half a stitch or something,
I'll just tweak
they'll
the
just tweak it.
branches. Yeah, it's gonna, on a piece like this, It's not like I'm going to be
What's
counting.
the fabric? Are you using the called for fabric?
No, I am not. I could not get it.
But that is really nice what you do. Oh yeah, I remember you deciding to get
Mhm.
whatever you do have.
What did I get?
So it's stitched on PTP truffle. That's what
Oh,
this purpley is. I'm trying to remember. I know you told me what it was. You probably said it in a video.
I probably did way back when I
Debating.
started.
Well, it's
Oh, here it is.
oh yeah.
It's a pictureless plus quartz.
Pastel maybe? Pastel linen?
No, that's not an EW. Quartz. So it's
It is
definitely
quartz.
the called for actually is a lot. Well, if you look up the called for online, it's really
That's
orangey.
chocolate.
I know.
Just down by the tag.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a big deal.
So this was pretty close. I just couldn't find
ASIT Cassette?
Casset. I don't know, Casset.
Pictures is 28 count. You're now on 28 count.
Yeah, because you want to do that so you don't have to.
Okay, people who shop at Stitchville, do you know what that says? PTP CASIT, and then it says quartz on the line. And now I don't. It doesn't really matter. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
But this is an even weave? No, this is a
No,
linen. Are you
it's a
sure it's
linen.
not standing for cashel? Cashel?
Well, that should be CASH.
CASH? I know, but if it's just CASH,
Maybe.
I have no idea.
It
But
could be catch.
I really love this color. This quartz is gorgeous.
It's a pretty color. It was a little more purpley than I wanted it to be at first,
I
but
like it.
I think it's working out okay.
I really like it.
And I
The
think
colors on it look really
My
nice.
dear, that is the last thing that I have worked on, other than a little bit.
Well, it's more than I've done because do you want to show your knitting? You can. You don't have to.
Sure, I'll show you in case people want. This is a pattern by Renee. Certainly. Andrea Mowry. She goes by Dree Renee Knits or something like that. It's 3-year fade. It's not. She had this cult pattern out several years ago that was find your fade, and this thing people were blocking it down their hallways.
Yeah,
it was so huge. I'm like, I'm 5'2". I can't wear a shawl that is that big.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would be lost. So anyway, this is, is that the right side? Yeah, that's right. So this is a smaller one. It's only got 3 colors. So I started at the end with that pink, and then I went to the brown and or the tan, and now I'm going to that brown.
Oh, this is backwards. Well, no.
This is the front.
This is the front.
This is the front.
Really? This is the front. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I
But
guess it doesn't matter.
so I just have to you do about 10 rows of this garter, and then you do an eyelet row. So I just finished an eyelet. So I have 10 more.
It's not itchy.
I've got 10 more rows of garter, and then an eyelet row, and 10 more rows of garter, and then a picot bind
You're
on.
almost in.
Yeah.
To keep your knitting on.
Yeah. Birch Creek.
Little
Made these little cute silicone
needle
fingers.
things.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is what I've been doing. Oh, wow, that's cute. I'd like to get it done because I did spend a couple hours the other night winding all of the little mini skeins that came from my Advent box last year. I didn't order one this year. I thought, okay, I haven't finished using the ones I got last year. And I'm going to do another Land of Sweets cow. So I got those all wound up, and they took forever. And
Now
I
you want
want
to finish this so you can start the new thing.
Yeah. So anyway, what did you get?
Well, I'll show. I have a really close to finish. It's done being knit. I'm just weaving in the ends. This is a Dama.
It was soft.
And I forget what yarn it is. I picked it up at, it's Malabrigo.
Yeah.
Rio or something, Rio's. And then, I know, me too. I'm going to make her bring you one while we're recording. I usually don't eat on camera, but I might eat a cookie.
We're going to eat a cookie.
And then this is just a Hobby Lobby. I don't know. I can't remember what yarn it is, but it's something I
gold.
just kind of my stash. So this is the front. And I remember I was trying to tell you last time I showed it, like how it fits. So let me show one more time. So the front, see how the neckline kind of scoops down so that when you put it on, I really love this pattern. I think it's by Helen Stewart. When you put it on, it doesn't have that bunch with your hair. You know, it's kind of, but it has that
all the fabric is in the
cozy
front. Yeah.
bunchiness in the front. So you just knit back and forth on this until you join it. And I love it. So I need to weave in the ends and block it so that the thing opens up nice. All those little lace patterns will pop open when I, I love that Malabrigo. I knit this once before in another Malabrigo, but it went through the wash somehow and it shrunk and felted. And I still wear it. It's still really soft, but I, you know, it doesn't have, it's felt. Felted. So I think when I block this will, I had to cut a couple rows off. I was running out of this blue gray. And so I just shortened this last repeat by like 2 rows, I think, and then went straight to the yellow.
It's very soft.
Finish it. I do. I like it. I think it will match a lot of what I wear. I wear that gold color a lot. I have some pants that color, and I've got some shirts that color. Got a lot of that gold color. Yep. So it's very comfy, and I was excited. I finished knitting that, and then I also had already started this hat using a it's probably Tin Can Knits anthology pattern. This is just like Hobby Lobby had like some mini skeins together, like ombre, but they weren't all ombre. I don't even know if they said ombre. I don't actually know how to say that word. OMBRE. So I decided I should probably do a little Fair Isle hat. This is a little more complicated than I'll have my girls in my knitting class do, but I wanted them to see, you know, this is what you do. This is the basic gist. So I just chose a couple.
Let me
like
see your
Martin
floats.
Pearl. I think my floats are pretty loose.
Okay, so
I try to keep them really loose when
I
I'm
am so
carrying
bummed
the yarn on the back.
because I started a pair of little mitts. There's a free pattern called Wildflower Knits
Just talking about this back side.
Ravelry. And so when you're carrying your colors, it had little floral in the wristband, right?
Too tight.
I cannot get it in your hand. Yep.
You have to, when you're knitting Fair Isle like this, you have to, I know. I always have to be even more loose than I think I need to because I'm a fairly loose knitter. You're a pretty tight knitter, so you probably have to be triple loose. And I'm a pretty loose knitter, and even then I've made hats and things that are too tight. So I carry the yarn across the back. You know, I'll do like a gray, because here this is like, you know, this is let me find it with
3 colors.
Well, there's only ever 2 colors per row, which is kind of traditional Fair Isle, I think is really. So let's say I have 3 orange and 3 gray and 3 orange and 3 gray in that row. So that means I have to carry my gray and my orange alternately across the back. And I just have to keep those stitches super loose so that when I, you know, kind of go like this,
and when
periodically I do kind of stretch it too, to just make sure that it's.
I had a hard time with what to do with the little center stitch in the round. You know, I'd be working my 2 colors, and then there'd be this random.
Oh,
did you carry
so
it all the way up?
Sometimes have 3 colors in a row, but it was like separated out.
No, it would be 2 colors. So like I probably, but I wouldn't have had it for like 4 rows. Are you just pulling it up?
I just carry it up.
I had
like
such
I do
a
when I'm
huge
striking.
ladder.
Yeah, my ladder right here, this is the beginning, and it's not very nice. I've done better before. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Part of the issue is that I decided I was going to use this orange as the main and started knitting with these and realized after the fact that these were a much lighter weight than all the other colors. So I'm actually double knitting. I'm holding 2 strands to knit all the colors except for the orange, which is why I have like a million threads coming off.
That just stresses me out.
But it's working out okay, and it's really soft and squishy. And Jesse was like, "What are you making?" And I was like, "A hat." He's like, "Oh, who's that for?" I was like, "Well, it was gonna be for me, but if you really like it, you can have it."
Yeah.
He would wear it. This is one of his favorite colors, so I'm kind of thinking if it fits him. He likes brown. He likes dark orange. He looks good in dark orange because he's got a lot of red in his beard. That's my husband.
Oh, I just needed.
So I was like, but it's going to have more than just this little strip in it. So, because I wanted to do a couple more patterns. If he likes this, but not all of it, I'll make him another one. It's pretty quick. It's just a hat.
Yeah.
So I might finish off this pattern.
It's cute though.
Yeah, that's going to be like a little diamond shaped That's, yeah, it's a
Mhm.
diamond basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see there's two. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I had to hold. That's
Yeah.
one stitch, but it's 2 strands. But it's working out okay. It's kind of
Yeah.
comfy. And if he likes it, I'm gonna get it to him.
I
'cause
just
he'll
had a-
wear it every day
I
with
had a
his
hard
bald head.
time managing
It is a little
all the
bit.
threads.
I also do hold right and left,
Right, and I can't do that
and that helps me because then I'm not constantly like,
because this hand,
I just lock the 2 in, do that, do
this
this.
hand is basically useless for me when it comes to fine motor. Speaking of hands, I saw this. I saw a video on Instagram of a mom, and she's driving in her car, and she's like, "This is." She prefaces, "This is how I talk when I'm driving children under the age of 5 in my car." So she's just doing a running monologue of what you do, and I was dying because I just remember this. So she's like, no, we're not going to the store to get popsicles. No, oh yeah, look, the sun is out. Oh no, don't touch each other. Stop touching each other. Don't touch each other. Okay, we're gonna
Keep
play
the
a new
baby
game.
awake.
We're gonna play a new game. We don't have arms. We don't have arms, so we can't touch each other. We don't have arms. Don't go
Give
sleep.
the baby a
And then
but
she
don't go to
goes,
sleep.
la, la, la. I thought, oh, the times I was in the front seat trying to blast music at my kids.
I remember that.
We don't have arms.
Especially our long trips home.
We don't have
We don't
arms.
have arms, so you can't touch each other because remember you
We
don't
don't
have.
have arms.
This week I worked on, or the last couple times I worked on my cranberry rose stocking. This is for me. I did one for Jesse, and I'm working on this row of repeating trees, which is kind of boring. This one's not as fun as his was because that one had a lot of variety.
It's
of
more
trees,
like my
but it's
season
a
with
little
the
more like,
trees.
okay, that's the same tree I just did.
Yeah, yours looks a little more boring.
But it's still really cute, and
Is
it'll be
cookie
fun to
done
have matching ones.
Is cookies done yet?
We want a cookie. So I think I just did this tree
Yeah.
from start to finish.
This one, the big one.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one far.
Are those all alternating the same? Oh,
Yeah.
She didn't even put variation.
No, yeah.
Oh,
So there is more variation here. I'll show you in a
Yeah.
second. There's all the
Okay.
same here, which
yeah.
I've already stitched those. I've already stitched this row of all these little trees. These are 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is all different, so that's nice. But
Mhm.
here we got all the same.
Ooh, you guys,
Millie makes the best chocolate.
smell the vision.
You can pretend you're eating along with us. So I worked on that. There's no way I'm going to try to get this done for this year, but
No.
okay,
Oh, and those
thank
look
you,
more boring.
Millie.
Thank you, honey. They're delicious. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jesse's is all, they're like
Mhm.
scattered around. She makes
Mm-hmm.
good cookies. I think she just follows like the Betty Crocker recipe.
Mhm.
Turns out really good. I worked on, oh, I don't have a photo of this one, but it's Emily Call's Bee's Knees.
By the way, check out her Instagram. Adorable new fall thing coming out.
Uh-huh.
Oh no! Oh no!
Tragedy. Freaking cookie down, cookie down. Yep.
By the leg.
Okay, so I've been working on this hive, which is kind of the big part of this piece.
Oh,
And I decided I kind of tried to stitch it in a fun pattern.
so cute.
So that, and then there's one more level to that hive. I mean, I used a variegated yarn. I'm changing up the yarn, it's not yarn, threads to what I have. So I knit kind of diagonally this way and then diagonally. I wanted clumps of color in that rather than individual tiny little stripes. I don't know why. Just the
It's
way I want.
cute. It's really cute.
Yeah, I like how it turned out.
Turning out really good.
I worked on that for a while. I worked on, this is another Rosewood Manor. This I think is on my WIPGO. Music Amongst the Trees. No, maybe not, but it was one of my magazine
We should
members.
again.
I really love
gave
this.
that to you.
You can have it back anytime after I'm done with it. Okay, well, I'm on this nightmare of a tree.
Mhm.
It is kind of a nightmare of a tree.
Oh.
Right here. So I didn't knit. I stitched, and then I took a little break and came down to do a little tiny tree. So I was like, I was trying to decide if I wanted to completely finish page 1. I think I do, which is like up to here.
Mhm.
So I'm basically, this is the bottom of page 1. So there's a few little trees in here and a few over here. Then so I'm pretty close to being done with the first page there. I'm not sure how many there are. How many pages are there?
Not as
8.
many as my
No,
senior
and
year.
the bottom pages are just these words and some of that border. So it's really 1, 2, 3, 4, and then little half pages.
It's very
like
pretty.
quarter of a page. I really do like it, and I think I like it on that bright white.
You know, the first person I ever saw working on this was Jessie Marie Does Stuff
Oh, really?
from Whitco. Yeah, pretty cool. Can't trust that.
Hazards of. It's okay. I'm sure I've gotten stuff on it already. It's one of the benefits of tea dyeing your fabric. You don't have to worry too much about
I know.
staining it.
Smear that chocolate around a little bit more.
Okay, I have 2 other things. I worked on my Valley of the River Beck Dimensions kit. Again, I don't have a photo for this. That one that I talked about that I got at the thrift store for a couple dollars.
Close them.
Just didn't have a photo in it. I know it is so thick. And I'm kind of at a boring part. I'm just filling in down here. It's just kind of confetti-ish.
In case you're thinking, look at how close she is to being done. There's that much more to go.
I still have a lot.
I just want to keep it real here.
Part of the middle is just open. It's not full coverage up here. The sky has some half cross stitches and some empty. And then there's like more houses and
more
things.
tapestry.
More tapestry. I still really love working on this though. Even that confetti. I just mark it. I'm gonna mark it as I go.
Just so thick.
With pencil.
So just DMC font.
A lot of it is 3-stranded.
Oh,
A lot
to
of it
give
is
it that
3 strands.
tapestry look.
So pretty much all the cross stitches are 3 strands. Some of the half crosses are 2 and some are 3.
Floss.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of floss.
Well, we don't have stains of floss. We have lots of floss.
A lot of floss.
We have a lot of floss.
The last thing that I have is a new start. It is my monthly piece from the year.
Nope, in the woods.
Nope, that's the other one.
Walk in the woods.
Cottage garden samplings.
The woods. Animals in
Time
the
for all
woods.
seasons. Thank you.
Animals in the
Into
woods.
her young brain. Okay. I finally, so I decided I was going to tea dye the fabric. I'm using Silvery Moon, but I wanted it to be a little grubbier because I was worried that the white wouldn't show up on it for this seagull.
Yeah, you've had a rough time with white lately.
I was like, I'm not doing that again. I don't want to have any stress about whether the white's going to show up. So I took the fabric I had and I just decided to tea dye it a bit. Here, I'll take off the.
Did you just dab it? Or did you
Nope,
just open it?
I plopped it in. It was actually coffee. Popped it out. I think some of the things didn't get perfectly. I kind of like it. It's like just grungy enough. There's going to be a lighthouse kind of over that. So I just started on his wing last night. So I just started. I don't think I'm going to get very far on this guy this month, but.
Well, guys, the month is like almost over.
I know. We're on the 19th today.
Yeah, your dad's birthday, by the way, is Tuesday.
I know.
Where are we? Yeah, 1.5 weeks.
I know.
Yay.
So I was very happy to finally tea dye. I ended up, so I work on Fridays. I'm a speech therapist and I have my own private practice. And
We're not going to record again.
this is it.
Today's the 20th.
Weird.
Oh, yeah.
So weird.
Sorry.
Oh, that's
You're
okay.
speech therapist.
I ended up having a cancellation. So I got a little free morning yesterday. And I was like, I will tea dye my fabric. So then I was able to start it. Oops. And that is everything I really worked on. Most of what I worked on this last 2 weeks is school planning. I'm a homeschool mom, and August is school planning. I've been having fun, and I'm really excited this year. I felt like last year I was not super. I don't know. I just didn't feel very vivacious about it.
Yeah, I feel like I used to have years like that too. Some years were
This
like,
year I changed things up enough, and now I feel ready. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
I used to get really excited about trying to change things up. Like, what are we going to do different? Coming up with different plans. Yeah.
It's not like I think it will go perfectly, but I just felt like last year, I just don't remember there being kind of a spark. I feel like there's a little bit of a spark for me this year.
Oh, that's good. Well,
I have had fun changing things a little bit.
Good.
So
okay.
let's see. Pardon me while I eat
Fall.
my cookie. I have a little bit of fall. Well, okay, over here I have a lot of fall. of all kinds of goodies from mom's house that she's getting ready to move. I'm
I-
going to show all those things.
Way more than I need.
So there's some cross stitch, some dishes, some
Candle stuff, candle holders,
Canning
like,
jars.
Oh, like 4 things of canning jars. I thought, you know what? I am not paying to move canning jars. Plus, I'd have to wrap
Some
them all.
decor.
I'm so sick of,
some decor.
Yeah, I'm sick of wrapping. I mean, I've gone through so much bubble wrap.
It's so good.
But I thought, you know what, Sarah is going to be canning a lot longer than I am. And I probably will can again in my life, but I can go buy another 12 jar. I mean, I won't can on the scale that you can because you still have a family.
Right.
But I just thought, no, I'm not going to. I thought, oh, I'm just going to donate them to that. Oh, Sarah,
I will take them.
I used to take canning jars from anybody that would give me canning jars because you always have some that break every
I always
year.
say yes to canning jars.
Yeah, you know, and
I feel like I've never had too many.
you know, yeah. And so anyway, I brought a bunch. I loaded my car was literally loaded with stuff from Sarah. I had some yard art pieces from my mom's house. What else? Yeah, lots of just
Some
lots of-
camping things,
yes,
propane
camping
and
things from my dad.
camping stuff.
Propane, camping stove. Yeah, it was pretty. My bags were on top of all the stuff
Mhm.
that I was bringing over. So that was good because that was all in my bedroom. Well, not the candy
Now
jars.
it's all in my family or my.
I know. I feel bad because my mom was going through kind of a cleaning out period the last few years of her life, and they'd come down to visit. And they'd start bringing in the bags, and I'm like, I don't have room for your stuff, Mom. And now I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom. Now I have all your stuff.
Mm.
You guys, I have packed up 7 sets of dishes
You have a lot of dishes.
between hers and mine, and I just can't get rid of hers. And even though I won't use them all, I have granddaughters. I have 5 granddaughters that will eventually all inherit something from that. So I make that and teapots. Oh my gosh, teapots coming out my ears.
Really loves teapots.
I gave you guys all.
So I have
teapots, didn't I?
all that
Yeah.
kind of haul.
Yeah.
But I also have a little bit of cross stitching haul that mom picked up for me for those monthly
Mhm.
cottage garden pieces. I needed, this is for the September and the
What is your September one? Remember? It's okay.
squirrel. It's a squirrel in a basket. He's really cute. So I think
Yeah.
that maple syrup is for that one. And then this is Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
Crystal Lake, this blue. I love this. This is for the seagull. And I actually had found something I was going to maybe substitute in for that color if I didn't have a chance to go get some. I forget what it was a purple. It's another General Arts.
Uh-huh.
But I think I'm going to go with the called for it. And then I think I needed picket fence for, I don't remember if I needed that for this one or it's probably the
Seagull's
seagull.
white.
Yeah, it's probably for the seagull.
Mhm.
I feel like there was another one I might need to get next month.
Well, shoot, you should have just told me I would have
I
gotten
don't know. I thought
it.
maybe not. Maybe it's a repeat of one I already have. I just didn't remember.
Yeah.
Anyways,
The problem with
That's a little
those
bit of hope.
sometimes is that I have some left for a project, but it's not always enough to do another
I
whole
know.
project yet. So
Yeah.
I just end up buying new ones.
yeah.
I should combine them. My haul consisted of the fact that I am still upset that you still can't get Magnifica
Oh
beads.
yeah.
And so the Thanksgiving Harvest Fairy, I was gonna need beads for.
Mhm.
And this, one of them is this cream colored.
Mhm.
These are not Magnificas. But then the other one it called for was a Magnifica that I know I have some of, but they're
Mm.
and they're called abalone. 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 And they're gorgeous. They're kind of a, so I bought several different. Actually, I just bought a bunch of Magnificas that my gal still has in her store. Just to have, because, and she said, you know, nobody can really figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Why are these so hard to get? I don't understand.
They're not making them for some reason. I
I
don't know.
know,
We bought, is it
why?
Magnifica?
This
Yeah.
is Magnifica.
And I bought these two, and they are just something special. They're shinier. I love them. I can see why they're more expensive. But anyway, she doesn't know. Her theory is that, you know, they're made in Japan. I did research today because I was looking on a website called Art Beads that has all different brands of beads, and they have Mayuko beads, and then there's Toho beads, and it sounds like the Toho factory possibly makes the Magnifica.
Mm.
I was looking for conversion chart, and I can't find anything that's close to these abalone.
Mm.
And at least
Are they like a mother of pearl color?
I should
That's
show
what
you.
I meant.
So what happened while I was searching, I did find somebody was jacked up a price on them on eBay, and I paid way more for them than I should have, but I just went ahead and did it. Yeah, I love them, and I would use them on other things. I think I bought extras of those when I've been in there just because I loved them, and I just put them in my cart. But so anyway, she's wondering if during COVID, when they shut down, sorry, my socks slipped down, it's bugging me, that they, just sold what inventory they had, and they haven't gone back to producing. Her other theory was that what they do have, they're saving for the Japanese kits, because I guess there's a kind of kit market in Japan, maybe. So she's not sure. She says she's talked to Witchell, which is the distributor in this country, and they have not listed them as discontinued. They're just not available. So she's hoping that they're going to, but she said, they probably sold out what they had, during COVID. They just kept filling orders, but they couldn't go in and keep making them. And she said, she thinks they do they stretch like glass, colored glass, and then snip it, and then it has a tumble to make it smooth, and who knows. This is close. But they're a little grayer and shinier.
Yeah.
There's just a little bit of green and purple to them. Abalone is grayer than that.
Yeah, less green.
Yeah. Anyway, so I bought some to have. Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. Make your Magnificas, because a lot of Mirabilias call for Magnificas.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
And apparently, who's that guy that designs the Bella Filipinas? Am I saying that right? Bella Filipina. They're mermaids, and it's a guy that designs them, I guess. Carlos somebody.
Sock still bothering you?
No, not my hoop was on the floor, and I was stepping on my hoop. So my sock was bothering
down there.
Hot Mess Express. Anyway, follow the bounce you can. He, or I think it's a he, does have a conversion on the web. Well, I couldn't find the website. I could find his stuff on Facebook, but somebody said that they had a conversion for some of his patterns, but I couldn't find it. I thought maybe they have a conversion for abalone, but I didn't have time to really keep looking. It's hard to do those kind of searches on my phone too.
Yeah.
I was looking at art beads on my phone. It's just pages and pages of beads, all kinds of beads.
And they were small.
And then they listed delicas, and I thought delicas had been discontinued. So I don't know if it's a certain kind of delica that's not there anymore, but they were definitely in stock on Art Beads website. So either they just have a huge stock of them. Who knows? Who knows? My other haul is down here. Sorry. My bag fell over. I've been talking about this piece. I should have just done this one, but I'm going to have 2 tree pieces. Because I did break down them, but I needed a retail therapy day. I bought and a forest grew, because every time I see people show this piece, I'm like, I really want that piece. And so I got it, and I got a piece of. I'm doing it on 36. So it's going to be it's still going to be big, but it's just Winter Moon Edinburgh linen. And I had mentioned that Janet Jabber was doing a different verse on it. So this verse on here says, "And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good food. The tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil." I didn't really like that.
That must be the King James version.
There's another verse down here, but I can't read it. He that plants trees aren't even a verse, but a saying. Anyway,
Janet's others besides himself.
Okay, so Janet Jabber said she was doing a different verse in hers. In the middle, but she didn't say what it was. And I mentioned it last week or 2 weeks ago on our Flosstube, and somebody did comment and said that they got Isaiah 55:12 charted by Lindy Stitches. So I haven't watched her videos for a long time. So I don't know if she's stitching this piece and charted this herself. I'm assuming so. So I messaged her and she sent it to me. But that verse is, "You'll go out in joy and be led forth in peace. The mountains and hills will burst into songs before you, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands.
I like that one.
I
Too.
like that one.
Yeah, I would probably do that.
Mhm.
Although I really like this one too. So
I do, but
I would maybe consider
did-
charting another tree of life.
I just didn't really
first.
like the whole
And
tree of,
Revelation
I didn't
or
like putting the tree of knowledge and evil or whatever on there.
Tree of knowledge of goodness.
Yeah, because I didn't want the evil things.
I love that
we
she always includes all these bonus mini charts
I
too at
know,
the
she
end.
does.
I'm like, interesting.
all kinds of extra
Let's
things.
do one of these. Like this one, just the he that plants trees loves others besides himself has its own
I know.
little
Cute,
sampler. I
isn't
would
it?
do that.
You know, you get quite a bit, and I think I ordered this on Amazon actually.
Initials, year, stitched over one thread. She's got all kinds of different. Oh, that's a needle book pattern
Mhm.
with let's see. Usually she takes one of the trees. Maybe that one. I think it's this tree. This roundish one.
Oh,
With the orange fruit on it or something.
Mhm.
With a needle book. pattern.
Cute.
I
haven't looked
love
at
that she always includes
Yeah.
some of those extras. Because mine all have that too.
Mhm.
Some extra little doodad.
Oh, another one with
One
the
with the
bird.
owl.
The
Yeah, where
owls,
she just takes like one of the trees
Uh-huh.
or four of the trees and puts them in a different.
This piece has got
Yeah.
14 pages. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a big one.
But I did see Janet Jabber talk about how she divided hers up. She made a working copy and then circled
Oh, yeah,
certain
yeah.
areas. I think. Janet, I don't remember how many areas you said you had, but
Yeah.
that she focused on. Maybe I don't think it's in a month. Maybe it's a quarter. Maybe I can't remember, but it's a lot. You know, you think, oh, look at these little trees. This will go fast. These trees are not fast, people.
No.
There's a lot of color changes in them. A
Yeah,
lot of
there
counting.
are a lot of colors.
Well, like this one where you have all these draping.
Uh-huh. It's like my nightmare tree.
Yeah, you have these
Like all
trees.
those diamonds
You have these
with
trees
another color diamond in the middle of
that
it.
you have these drapey lines going through.
Yeah,
I just finished one of those. It was a lot.
those aren't too bad. Once you
Look
like
at that one though.
count. Which one? This one?
Yeah, that's got lots of shades in there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know. Those are really cute.
And
I
you know,
like
the
this one.
picture is really pretty, but oh my gosh, every time I see it shown on somebody's Flosstube, I'm like, oh,
It's even
I
prettier.
love it.
Yeah.
Love it. And I am a tree girl, and I don't know why. I mean, it's not like I don't know why I love trees so much. I do always.
I think we're hardwired to love trees.
I didn't always.
That's my personal theory.
Always.
They have personality like humans do.
Oh, they do.
I think so.
Okay.
Any other haul?
No, that's it.
I don't have any other haul.
I can't think of-
Either. What are your plans?
My plans are, I don't know.
Well, you started your. By the next time we record, probably we'll just have a couple of ABC goes.
I did plan my AB single. Okay, so Stephanie from Steph makes all the things asked about AB single and Bringo, and they are not, Stephanie, part of WIPGO. They are part of the
Yeah, I was
magazine monthly
Facebook group.
which you can join and just do that. They do the AB Singo or the Bringo in January and AB Singo.
It's like
in
an
September.
event on the page. So you don't have to be doing the magazine monthly every month or anything like that, but you can join the event. If you're in the group, you can then just say I'm going to the event and then you can participate. In that.
And that is my AB Singo all
Wow.
planned out. What I did was
And then they call a letter, right?
Each day.
Every day. So you don't know which thing that you've planned you're going to be stitching.
and you stitch either 100 stitches or 1 hour,
Mhm.
and you get to mark it off. And then you can decide. And then they do have a drawing for the most.
You take a
bingos.
picture of before and after and put it in your little album on the event page.
Mhm.
I think it's on, or maybe it's in the group, magazine monthly group. But anyways, you put it in an album. Then at the end, if you finished all of the days, all of the letters for an hour or 100 stitches, you can be entered in drawings often.
Yeah.
Just for the AB Thingo and the.
It's fun. It's a fun
Yeah.
little thing. And I did have my arbitrary August wheel, but I've kind of not been spinning it. I've kind of just been working on the same things over and over.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Kind of arbitrary too.
It is arbitrary.
Whatever you pull out.
I've been working on the Advent SAL. I'll keep doing that. I got to do a little bit more on my Quakers, my summer Quaker. But by the time we record again, I should have started my autumn Quaker, which I have not started that one. So that'll be a new start. And then all 4 will have been started. What else? I don't know. I'm really loving the Lenarte piece. yeah, I'm just kind of, yeah, it's the dog days of summer, just doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
But I just, if I'm kind of feeling like, oh, I don't know what to do, I will
Then you
spin the
spin.
wheel. And if I don't like what the wheel says, I'll spin it again.
Oh, I know why I worked on my stocking. It's my theme for the forest for the magazine.
Ah,
And then, yeah, I don't remember exactly where I'm at all these goals. They're just on my wheel. I don't think I'm going to meet all my magazine monthly goals this month. I just think that, school planning is, and I'm planning a retreat, a homeschool retreat that actually is coming up. I just feel like I have a little bit on my plate right now. So my cross stitching is sucking.
I'm supposed to work on that autumn scroll by Barbara Anna that's in the magazine. I'm looking at my magazine monthly. I haven't started my ornaments. I haven't worked on my ornaments for the last month and a half. I think those might go by the wayside until I'm moved and
That's okay.
back. And hoity toity, my would go. I only have to do 2 hours, so I'll probably get that done. Yeah, and then Roseanne. So, it's just, yeah, just kind of doing my thing.
Sorry, I was just thinking about our giveaway. But I need to look it up again. So we had a giveaway last week.
Oh yeah,
Sorry, I just jumped ahead because my brain was like,
we were
here it
giving
is.
away It's Spring Fever by Blackbird Designs.
and we spun, or we searched. I can't think of the right word.
We searched by the word bird.
I feel like my brain just like shorted out and I'm having a hard time coming back.
Bird.
We were using the word bird from the comments. And when I, sorry, you guys, here's the situation. When I did that on the website, it told me that the name of the winner was NUPUR. But I was like, I don't remember seeing any comments from somebody named that. So then when I went back and looked, the person who left the comment that this spinning random comment generator person website ad, the comment matches up with NJHEISE. So I'm not sure names. I don't know why the pickawinner.com website said it was Nupur. I don't know. Maybe that's the name. Like maybe it drew more information than on my comment. But that's the winner of the Blackbird Design Spring Fever. NJHEISE. So you're the winner.
Najessi.
Or it could be NJ Heise or something. I don't know. But congratulations. You win this. So what you need to do to claim your winning is email us at stitchandstuffxf@gmail.com with your name and your mailing address. And if you want to include that it was Spring Fever, that's kind of helpful for us to just keep track of, just in case we miss, don't write it down or something.
I'm going to right now.
And hopefully we'll hear from you in the next couple of weeks. Sometimes we don't hear from people and then we just tuck them away and
we'll redraw
again. So NJHEISE. I'm marking that down with NUPUR. So if that is your name, let us know that too.
Yeah.
No. We do have another giveaway this week. It's this little sweet one. It's the brand new We Santa 2023 from Heart in Hand. And if you're interested in winning this, you could easily stitch this up between now and Christmas and tuck it in a little frame, and there you go. Use the word Santa in a comment.
I'm going Christmas because I'm tired of 100 billion degree weather.
He's so cute. Look at his striped sock.
Open up the little corner. He's got beads.
Oh yeah, and it does. So it calls for classic colors, but it has a DMC conversion and the
little beads,
little red and white beads for him are included. I think they're sort of scattered around.
Are they?
Yes, around with the flowers all around. If you can see, there's like little beads all around. One, two,
he is cute.
White ones. He's cute. I like his little side crispy mustache.
I know. She always have just a little quirky something on him.
He's really cute. So if you're interested in that, use the word Santa in your comment below, and hopefully we hear from the winner of Blackbird Designs.
Yeah, and I have not shipped out. Well, Norma, remember I said I found yours the other day. I haven't shipped it out yet, but
we'll get to it. I feel like there was one more question that came in a comment that I was like, oh, we should say that. But
we talked just about Steph.
Oh, Steph wanted to know about that Santa
Quaker Santa.
Hampler. Santa Hampler.
Hampler. Yeah.
The-
Santa Hampler.
Yeah, it was, I forget the number, but it was like a number and then Santa, and it's the same designer as the Halloween Hampler.
Yeah.
So it's the Santa Hampler, and the designer for that, if you're looking for it, it's Happy Mood Point, and you can find it on the Daily Pattern Post Etsy site. And it was on sale for like $2. I
Yeah,
think.
they've been on sale for a while because I think they were
So
selling
you
the
can
night
probably
button.
go get the PDF
So it's
for really cheap.
Happy Mood Point.
Designer.
Mhm.
Etsy store, Daily Pattern Post. I can put the Daily Pattern Post link in
Yeah,
the
right. It's
show
not-
notes.
It's kind of a confusing. They don't
So if you follow that link,
branding people branding.
I don't know. I'm not sure if that designer, if that's their Etsy shop, or if that shop has a bunch of other things. I haven't really perused. I bet you haven't really read much.
Nope, still reading the Golden. That's some of the Golden, but nope. I'm staying up late stitching. I'm having a hard time going to bed because everybody goes to bed and then I stay up a little bit longer and just have some nice quiet time, and then I'm like,
Okay,
okay,
you know, if you go to bed and read, you'll fall asleep and you won't get that. Yeah.
Mhm.
I have been reading a little. I'm very close. I think I'll finish David Copperfield by the end of the month, which was my goal.
Okay.
I have like 60 pages or something left,
You'll
80
get it done.
pages. So I definitely, that's like a week of reading.
Just
And
do your
then
little ink, your little goals.
I do, yeah. I'm just like 10 pages a day. That's all I need. I feel like I finished something. I don't remember now. I'm reading The Secret Garden to the girls at breakfast, and I'm trying to finish that before the new school year so we can start with a fresh read.
That's
When
a sweet
school
one.
starts, it's like everybody's favorite. We love that one. Rosie hadn't really read the whole thing through, but it's like
Ah.
Millie's very favorite book almost.
Mhm.
And I'm doing some reading ahead for Liddy's 8th grade year. And one of her literature books is called Westward Ho. It's kind of an adventure novel, taking place in sort of like South American seas. Anyways, it's called Westward Ho. It's by Charles Kingsley. And it's pretty good and entertaining. So I'm trying to read like half a chapter a night, which that's kind of cut into my David Copperfield.
Does your curriculum study periods of history, times of
Yeah.
history? So like where are you
Kinda
at?
does. She's doing Renaissance this year. Millie's doing what did she do last year? I can't
Are they
remember if it was the one
rotating at
before.
different levels? So has she done,
Uh-huh,
have they done American
uh-huh.
history?
We started
And
with
then-
American history,
And then they rotate.
and then I think it went
Mhm.
well, we actually started with early English history because American history sort of flowed out, our
Mhm.
system of government and stuff
Right.
flowed out of England. So we studied English history for a little while, and then we got to the point where we were studying American history. Rosie is doing let's see, she's doing the Civil War this year. No,
Mhm.
Revolutionary War. Well, she did Abigail Adams, so she did Revolutionary War last year. I'm
Mhm.
trying to remember what she's doing this year. So, and then there's other things thrown in. And then Millie, I'm blanking. I haven't actually sat down to finish all my lesson planning for Millie because I take Liddy's from the year before and just tweak it.
Yeah.
So I can't remember. I know that some of Rosie's literature is going to be like King Arthur. And
Okay.
so the literature doesn't necessarily
Medieval.
just track entirely with the time period, but
Mhm.
we do kind of have a period of time they're studying.
Okay.
So Liddy's doing Renaissance. And Millie's doing something else. She might be doing Civil War this year. That seems to make sense. So they kind of bounced backwards.
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the upper grade. Anyways,
Okay.
some really good books in there. I'm trying to read as many of them as I can ahead of time so I know what I'm assigning them.
Yeah. That's hard.
I've gotten pretty good at quick reading.
Yeah.
Like
Give
reading for
me-
the main things. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's what I've been reading mostly.
Okay. It's that time of year.
Yeah.
But so many kids have gone back to school already. It's
Yeah.
kind of weird to think that.
Our school district that the girls would technically be in, they went back to school last Monday.
And my district goes back.
And it's
This
only August
Wednesday?
19th. So
Yeah.
they started like the 15th.
Yeah, our school goes back Wednesday, and they normally don't start till like Labor Day, so it's about a week and a half early.
Yeah.
And they get out so stinking late. They get
I
out
know.
at the end of June. They barely have a summer break anymore. I know they're
Yeah.
trying to go to this year-round.
Washington is
thing.
making a big push for balanced calendar, which is when they have a shorter, long, still but shorter summer break with more breaks through the year. we're not going to do that in our homeschool. We're just,
No.
I've found ways to make it work where we have a summer break and breaks through the year. We kind of get through it all and it seems to
Yeah.
work okay.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I'm thankful that we're not back in school yet. I would not be ready right now mentally to be like doing that. Or like school.
No,
It's already hard enough because September is still really warm and nice here. It's already hard enough to
Yeah,
start in
I mean-
September. I feel like where we are.
for June was so cruddy.
It would be like nicer to start in October, honestly. That's when fall weather really starts.
Mhm.
Otherwise, we're just ready to still be outside every day in September.
Right. And I feel bad. Our district did a whole bunch of boundary changes and just changed 6th grade to go to middle school. So there's a lot of parents that are trying to navigate. I'm on a Facebook group, just like a Kent school.
Wait, did they
district.
just make that decision to put them in middle school like this week? Or
No,
just this year? Oh, I
this
was like, they
year.
didn't know that their kid was going to be in
No.
middle school?
No, but there's all kinds of drama.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, busing is a problem. They don't have enough bus drivers. So there's parents that are upset about that their kids are having to walk,
Mhm. Long
And,
distances.
there was talk earlier in the summer, at the end of the year, the district was announcing budget cuts. So the middle schools are now going to have just, instead of 7th, 8th, they're going to have 6th, 7th, and 8th, but they cut staffing, like support staffing. So like the office staff was getting cut. I mean, I don't even remember what all was getting cut. And it's like, you're bringing in
Frustrating.
another whole grade into this school and
Extra
you're,
support.
yeah. So our district definitely is on the struggle bus, and they have been for several years.
That's frustrating.
And I'm really glad my kids aren't in school there anymore because
Mhm.
it probably wasn't great. I probably didn't really know all that was going on when they were there, but
Yeah.
it definitely wasn't this bad. And there's been all kinds of talk about some teacher that was hired. He's a music teacher, and apparently he has a record of like pedophilia. Yeah.
Did they not do a background check?
That's been like the big topic of discussion. And so then people are like, well, why is he over at this school? And so now I haven't really followed it that
Oh my
closely,
gosh.
but then somebody just posted that they saw that his name was no longer on this one school's roster. And I thought, well, I would certainly hope not.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What a joke. It's horrible.
Mhm.
Those background checks are kind of essential.
Kind of. Yeah. Kind of.
Boy.
So anyway,
Happy
yeah.
news.
Yeah. But, homeschooling.
I still love it. And like I said, I'm feeling a little spark this year, so that's good.
A little spark.
Feeling a little spark of happiness.
Do you like the Renaissance period? So you're just excited about what you're going
No,
to?
I just Rosie's a little older now, so there's a few more things that we can kind of do together. So we're gonna do a little bit more together in the mornings. Like
All
I feel
three,
like
I mean,
I'm
all of you together?
Yeah, all of us together. I mean, we
Kind of
have always
intense.
done some things together, but Liddy also is going to be more independent with math this year, I think. So I don't have to sit down and teach math for all three of them. I still will, be available for her, but
Yeah.
the math book
What'd you say
is
about it?
meant for her to teach herself. You'll be doing math kind of more on your own this year. The lesson is written to the
Oh, yeah.
student rather than for the
So they're
teacher to walk through.
transitioning. Yeah.
So they're transitioning them to upper grade math. So
Mhm.
that's one more thing off my list. Lydia's gonna be in 8th grade, which is crazy. I don't know. So I think, and I
Some changes.
decided this year rather than like I felt like last year I just did not have, we usually do some composer study and some artists and things like that. And I just didn't do it very well last year. I just felt a little scattered and I didn't have what I needed to open and go on that. So this year I purchased a few, just there's a few people I follow that use the same kind of educating that I do. And there's one that created composer study curriculum, just like unit study almost, like open and go.
Yeah.
Same with artist study, open and go. There's a few other things I did. I've added, I took out some of the history books that our regular curriculum uses, and we're doing some African American history, which we'll do all together. But then Liddy will have some additional reading, so that will be fun. Like just really interesting.
Yeah.
There's a book about a king of Mali, like one of an emperor basically, and that's what the Lion King is based on. So that'll be kind of interesting to read. So just
okay.
I think just little things that I just felt like I was taking a little more ownership over, like tweaking.
Yeah.
I felt more confident and just
Yeah.
I'm doing this, I'm getting rid of this, paring down. This is Liddy. You want to say hi? Teddy got neutered so this week, so he's a little
baby.
whiny. He's a little whiny right now. He needs a bath, but I don't feel like I can give him a bath till the stitches.
Yeah. What's the matter, Chatty?
Teddy bear. Teddy bear that this looks so big on him. I don't know, I have a smaller one for tiny 4-pound dogs.
He really is like, he really is only like 4 pounds.
Like 4 pounds,
Pick him up,
6
it's like
ounces
picking
or
up.
something.
It's like picking up air.
4 pounds something ounces.
Yeah.
He really isn't even 5 pounds.
You're
He's
kind of
so
like
sweet.
you're kind of like picking up air. He's trying to get me to pick him up this morning. I was sitting on the edge of the bed and his little legs were on my shins, but it was
Oh, I
like
need to trim
they're just barely touching though. You're like, what are you doing? He's just like going.
The girls' ballet teacher got a new dog.
Another one?
He's so tiny. He's so cute. His name's Otis. He's
She got
tiny.
2 now?
So she has Charlie, who is bigger than she wanted.
Oh.
And like he's like 2 or 3 of Teddy's, even though when he
Oh,
was born, he
really?
was tiny, and she was hoping he would stay little, but apparently one of his parents must have been bigger than she realized.
Oh.
So she's been sort of jealous of Teddy ever since we got him, and she kept trying to convince her husband that they needed another one, another tiny one. So this one, both the parents are really small, like probably toy, and he's Chihuahua. He's no,
He's like
Shih Tzu.
1/4 Chihuahua, 1/4 something else, and
I think he's like Shih Tzu, Chihuahua, Maltese, or something.
Well, so he won't be little fluffy like him.
He is really fluffy.
Oh.
Yeah, he is super fluffy, but not quite as soft. Like he is like a pillow. He's just like,
Well, Chihuahuas aren't soft.
no, yeah, he's just, but he does have long hair and it's just a little bit more wiry than
Mm.
Teddy's, but he is so cute. I
What
keep
are you
renewing
doing, Chatty?
and they named him Otis, and he is like tiny.
What's the other one's name?
Charlie,
Charlie.
Charles, and Otis.
Um,
I know he likes. Anyways, well, I think we've covered it all.
That's a lot of chit chat. Probably nobody ever.
Sorry,
wanted to know.
hope you're not too bored with us. We know that if you were bored, you would just turn us off. So
Yeah.
thank you for watching. Hopefully you're just stitching along and
Having a good
droning
summer.
along in the background. And
Staying cool.
yeah,
'Cause some of the country has still got some hot temps.
we have smoke for the first time all summer here. It's really bad right now. Hoping it gets kind of blown away and it will be better. But I think that 106-degree heat here just, I think there
Started
were
some
several
fires.
little brush fires and
Mhm.
stuff. But I don't know that this is from any local fires because there's a huge blanket of smoke when I look at the map over like up through to Canada. So I'm not sure where our smoke's coming from, but I'm hoping it doesn't last the rest of the summer.
Yeah, I was wondering if the East Coast got rid of their smokes in Canada. I haven't really heard much.
Yeah, I haven't heard too much either. Also, if you have any experience making your pool not brown from metals, let me know. Because our pool, we put in well water this time, put in chlorine, turned brown, went to the pool store. They gave me something called Metal Magic. I think it's working now, but the first several hours I was like, is this even doing anything? But it's supposed to neutralize the metals. So if you have any advice for taking care of pools with trace, probably iron, maybe copper, let me know.
Yeah,
This is a new world for me.
this is an above ground,
Yeah, it's just an
Soft.
above ground.
soft sided pool, but
It is really nice to have. I just really want the water to
yeah,
Be good.
you know, even though the water it's clean, it just doesn't look very appetizing.
Yeah.
appetizing.
be appetizing.
Go jump
Very
in.
delicious to
Yeah.
play in.
Yeah, you know, brown water typically is a red flag for
I
people.
know. It is like rust colored. Like it does look like rust, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it doesn't stain the pool. I don't think it will because we have that metal stuff in it.
Yeah.
But
And it was getting better. So
Yeah.
hopefully it'll keep getting better.
we want that pool for another month, so at
Yeah.
least. Anyways,
Yeah.
well, thank you for watching and visiting along. Leave comments if you were talking to us. Let us know what you were saying.
Yeah.
I talk with Flosstubers when I watch sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I should probably just
Yeah.
write that down.
I do sometimes write notes so that I can go back. If I'm watching on TV,
Mhm.
and I go back to my phone and pull them up and make comments. And I've been trying to comment more because
Mhm.
it's nice to get comments. So
Yeah.
I've been reading comments.
All right.
Oh, I was going to ask, but I don't think Candy saw my question. Maybe I asked Candy from the 614 Stitcher. She was talking about doing some event called the road trip. And I was trying to figure out what the road trip was. Because the problem is if you if you hashtag something on Instagram, you just see a bunch of posts.
You don't see the original.
You don't
post.
see, it's hard to find the original where it explains what it is. And I'm just curious what it is. So if you're watching, Candy,
Yeah.
let us know. Or if anybody else knows what
Just
the
message her.
road trip.
I'll tag her in this video too. I try to
Yeah.
tag everybody that we mentioned
Okay.
that has a Flosstube.
And I could message her. I think I'll have to message on her YouTube, but I might not have.
Okay, I've noted, so I'll tag her when she
Okay.
say this, but
Yeah.
okay.
Because there's all kinds of events that people talk about, and then I'm like, what is this event? Because we're not in the know. We're not
Not savvy enough to be in the know
We don't know what's going on.
ever. Okay, well, I better go make dinner so we can watch our movie.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Bye.